Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with the feeling that something invisible was watching you? Or perhaps your dreams are so intense and disturbing that you've developed a fear of falling into deep sleep. If you're one of those people who frequently wake up more tired than when you went to bed, feeling as if your energy had been drained during the night, then you need to know something crucial. You're not imagining things, and you're definitely not alone in this experience. There's a profound spiritual reason for everything you feel, and today I'm going to reveal not only why this happens, but also how you can completely protect yourself. If your dreams are different, more vivid, prophetic, or disturbing than normal, if you've ever felt misunderstood when sharing these experiences with other people, then you need to understand that you're dealing with something much greater than simple nightmares. What you experience during your nights is, in fact, a clear sign that you possess elevated psychic sensitivity and a natural connection with subtle planes of existence that most people can't even perceive. This energetic vulnerability you feel during sleep isn't a weakness. It's evidence that you carry a brighter inner light, a spiritual vibration that naturally attracts both positive and negative energies, especially when your consciousness is more open during rest. You're not alone on this journey, and today I'm going to share 5 ancestral protection rituals that will completely transform your nights, allowing you to finally sleep in peace and wake up truly rejuvenated. Leave a comment now telling me what your biggest difficulty during sleep is. Do you feel presences, have very intense dreams, or always wake up exhausted? Your experience can illuminate the path for other chosen ones who are experiencing the same spiritual awakening. To truly understand what happens to you during sleep, we need to dive into the deep nature of spiritual sensitivity and how it manifests in moments of greatest energetic vulnerability. When you possess a naturally elevated connection with subtle planes of existence, your auric field functions like a spiritual beacon, emitting a vibrational frequency that is perceptible to both benevolent entities and those seeking to drain vital energy. During sleep, when the conscious filters of the mind are relaxed and your soul is more receptive, this sensitivity amplifies exponentially. It's as if you were a highly tuned spiritual antenna, picking up signals and presences that others can't even detect. This extraordinary capacity isn't a cosmic accident. It's an ancestral gift that has been carefully cultivated through various incarnations, preparing you for a greater purpose in this life. Recognizing this truth is the first step to transforming what many see as a curse into one of your greatest spiritual strengths. Think for a moment about your childhood. You were probably a child who had imaginary friends, or who saw things that adults said didn't exist. Perhaps you were labeled as too sensitive or dramatic when you tried to explain your experiences. These early manifestations of your psychic sensitivity were clear signs that you were destined for something special. During adolescence, when hormonal energies intensified, your dreams likely became even more vivid and disturbing. You may have started having prophetic dreams, recurring nightmares, or involuntary astral projection experiences. Often these phenomena were accompanied by a feeling of not belonging, as if you were different from your peers in a way you couldn't explain. In adulthood, this sensitivity refined itself, but also brought new challenges: the responsibility of learning to protect and manage your elevated spiritual energy. Each phase of your life was careful preparation for this moment of conscious awakening. The first clear manifestation of your chosen nature reveals itself through the extraordinary quality of your dreams. While most people have fragmented and quickly forgotten dreams, yours are cinematic, full of deep symbolism and messages that seem to come from a higher source. You may dream of places you've never physically visited, but that seems strangely familiar, as if they were memories from other lives or dimensions. Your dreams frequently contain warnings, guidance, or revelations about future situations, demonstrating that your consciousness has access to information beyond linear time. This expanded oniric capacity is one of the first signs that you possess a direct connection with what the ancients called Akasha, the universal field of information where all knowledge is stored. When you dream, you're not just processing the day's experiences. You're accessing cosmic libraries of wisdom that few can reach consciously. Another unmistakable sign of your special nature is how you react energetically to different environments and people. You've probably already noticed that certain places make you feel instantly uncomfortable or drained, while others energize you in an almost magical way. This environmental sensitivity isn't coincidence. You're literally feeling the energetic impressions left by past events and the current vibrations of the space. Regarding people, you can instantly perceive when someone is lying, hiding something, or carrying heavy energies, even if that person seems perfectly normal to others. During sleep, this sensitivity amplifies drastically, making you receptive not only to energies from the physical environment, but also to influences from other dimensions. That's why you may wake up feeling that something was present in your room, even though you were physically alone. Your expanded perception is picking up presences that exist in frequencies beyond common vision. The third fundamental characteristic of the Chosen is the experience of energetic vampirism during sleep. If you frequently wake up more tired than when you went to sleep, feeling as if your vitality had been sucked during the night, this indicates that your spiritual light is being perceived and, unfortunately, sometimes exploited by entities that feed on elevated vital energy. This doesn't happen because you're weak or unprotected. On the contrary, it happens because your energy is of such pure and vibrant quality that it becomes attractive to beings who have lost their own connection with the divine source. During sleep, when your conscious defenses are relaxed, you become like a source of light in a dark environment, naturally attracting both butterflies and moths. This energetic drainage can manifest through recurring nightmares, feeling of weight on the chest during sleep, sleep paralysis, or simply an inexplicable fatigue that persists even after adequate hours of rest. Recognizing this pattern is crucial to understanding that you need specific protection techniques. The fourth manifestation of your elevated sensitivity is the ability to receive messages and guidance through dreams. You may have noticed that many of your important decisions were influenced by insights received during sleep, or that solutions to complex problems simply appeared in your mind after a night of rest. This happens because during the oniric state, your consciousness frees itself from ego limitations and connects directly with your higher wisdom and with spiritual guides who accompany your journey. Your dreams may contain specific symbols that repeat over time, creating a personal language between you and the spiritual plane. Sometimes you may dream of deceased people who bring important messages, or receive warnings about situations that haven't yet manifested physically. This capacity for interdimensional communication through dreams is one of the most precious gifts of the Chosen, but it also requires adequate protection to avoid negative interferences. The fifth sign of your special nature is extreme sensitivity to lunar phases and cosmic events. You've probably already noticed that your dreams intensify during the full moon, or that certain times of the year bring deeper and more meaningful oniric experiences. This happens because your consciousness is naturally attuned to the cosmic rhythms that govern universal energetic flows. During eclipses, equinoxes, solstices, and other significant planetary configurations, you may experience extraordinarily vivid dreams, visions, or even spontaneous awakening experiences in the middle of the night. Your lunar sensitivity is particularly pronounced. During the new moon, you may feel a greater need for introspection and protection, while the full moon may bring prophetic dreams or consciousness expansion experiences. This cosmic connection isn't superstition. It's evidence that you're operating on a frequency that is aligned with the great universal cycles of energy. The sixth characteristic of the Chosen is the experience of shared dreams or telepathic connections during sleep. You may have had the strange experience of dreaming about someone and then discovering that this person also dreamed about you on the same night, or of receiving information in dreams about situations that were happening simultaneously with distant people. This indicates that your consciousness has the ability to transcend space and time limitations during the oniric state, connecting directly with other souls at deep levels. Sometimes, you may dream of places or events that you later discover to be real, even though you never had conscious knowledge about them. This capacity for involuntary astral travel, or psychic connection during sleep, is one of the most extraordinary aspects of elevated spiritual sensitivity, but also one that most requires protection and adequate understanding. The seventh aspect of your special nature manifests through the capacity for healing and transformation through dreams. You may have noticed that after certain deep oniric experiences, You wake up with transformative insights about your life, relationships, or spiritual purpose. Your dreams function as cosmic therapy sessions where traumas are processed, limiting patterns are dissolved, and new wisdom is integrated. During sleep, your soul has access to healing frequencies that can repair not only emotional wounds, but also energetic imbalances that manifest as physical problems. You may have experienced dreams where you received healings from beings of light, or where you visited etheric temples and sanctuaries where purification rituals were performed. This capacity for self-healing through the oniric state is one of the most precious gifts of the chosen, but it requires an energetically protected environment to function adequately. The eighth manifestation of your elevated sensitivity is the perception of temporal echoes during sleep. You may dream of past events that you didn't directly experience, but that seem like vivid and emotionally charged memories. This can include past lives, ancestral experiences, or even significant historical events that your soul witnessed in other dimensions. These temporal dreams aren't fantasies. They're genuine accesses to the personal and collective Akashic record. You may wake up with knowledge about historical periods you never studied, or with skills and talents that seem to come from nowhere. This ability to access multidimensional memories during sleep is evidence that your consciousness operates beyond the limitations of the current incarnation, connecting with the totality of your spiritual experience through time and space. The ninth characteristic of the chosen is sensitivity to spiritual presences during sleep. You may have woken up with absolute certainty that someone was in the room, even though you were physically alone. These presences may be spiritual guides, guardian angels, deceased loved ones, or, unfortunately, also less benevolent, entities that are attracted to your light. The ability to perceive beings that exist in other dimensions is one of the most challenging aspects of psychic sensitivity, especially during sleep when you're most vulnerable. Some of these presences come to protect, guide, or bring important messages, while others may be trying to feed on your vital energy. Distinguishing between these different types of presences and knowing how to protect yourself adequately is fundamental to transforming this sensitivity into a positive force in your life. The 10th and final main manifestation of your special nature is the experience of energetic downloads or upgrades during sleep. You may have woken up some mornings feeling completely different, as if something fundamental had changed in your consciousness during the night. This can manifest as new spiritual insights, expanded psychic abilities, or simply a sensation that you evolved in some way during sleep. These energetic upgrades happen when your soul is ready to integrate higher frequencies of consciousness, and the oniric state provides the ideal environment for these profound transformations. During these processes, you may experience extremely vivid and symbolic dreams, or even periods of very deep sleep where it seems you disappeared completely. These moments of spiritual transformation during sleep are signs that you're actively fulfilling your purpose as chosen, constantly evolving toward higher states of consciousness and spiritual service. Now that you deeply understand the extraordinary nature of your nocturnal experiences, it's time to learn how to protect and honor this special sensitivity. Leave a comment telling me which of these characteristics most resonates with you. This will help us form a community of awakened souls who can support each other on this journey of spiritual discovery. Now that you deeply understand the sacred nature of your spiritual sensitivity, it's time to learn how to transform this vulnerability into power through 5 ancestral protection rituals that will completely revolutionize your nights. The first ritual is the creation of the Violet Light Shield, a powerful visualization technique that should be practiced in the final moments before falling asleep. Lie down comfortably and begin breathing deeply, visualizing a bright violet light sphere forming in the center of your chest. This violet light possesses unique transmutative properties capable of transforming any negative energy into pure light. Gradually, expand this sphere until it completely envelops your physical body, creating an impenetrable energetic barrier. Visualize that this violet light is programmed to allow only the entry of benevolent and loving energies, while automatically transmuting any negative influence that tries to approach. Finalize the ritual by mentally affirming, "I sleep protected by divine light, and only love can reach me." This energetic shield will remain active throughout the night, functioning as a spiritual filter that ensures only positive experiences can influence your dreams. The second ritual involves creating a sacred circle of crystals around your bed, utilizing the specific protective properties of stones that resonate with frequencies of protection and purification. Position an amethyst on the headboard side, as it acts as a portal for elevated dreams and communication with benevolent spiritual guides. At the foot of the bed, place a black tourmaline, which functions as an absorber of dense and negative energies, creating an impenetrable barrier against unwanted influences. On the right and left sides of the bed, position a clear quartz on each side. These crystals will amplify your protection intentions and create a harmonious energetic field. Before sleeping, touch each crystal with your hands and mentally program them with the specific intention of nocturnal protection, visualizing a golden light connecting all four crystals and forming a protective dome over your bed. This sacred circle will create an energetic sanctuary where only the highest spiritual frequencies can penetrate, ensuring that your dreams are not only protected, but also elevated to superior levels of consciousness. The third ritual is the invocation of the four-element guardians, an ancestral practice that summons the protection of nature's primordial forces to watch over your sleep. Before lying down, stand in the center of your room and turn to the east, extending your arms and saying, "I invoke the air element and its guardians to purify my thoughts and bring clarity to my dreams." Turn to the south and declare, "I invoke the fire element and its guardians to burn all negativity and illuminate my oniric path." Face west and affirm, "I invoke the water element and its guardians to cleanse my aura and bring emotional healing during sleep." Finally, face north and proclaim, "I invoke the earth element and its guardians to ground me in protection and stability throughout the night." Finish by returning to the center and saying, "May the four elements protect me as one," creating a sacred sanctuary where my soul can rest in absolute peace. This invocation activates ancestral protective forces that will remain vigilant throughout your entire sleep period, creating multiple layers of energetic protection. The fourth ritual consists of the aromatic purification of the nocturnal sanctuary, utilizing the transmutative power of sacred plants to completely cleanse the energetic environment of your room. Light a white sage stick or Palo Santo and walk slowly around the entire perimeter of the room, allowing the sacred smoke to reach all corners, especially behind the bed and near windows and doors. While purifying the space, visualize that all stagnant, negative, or invasive energy is being dissolved and transmuted by the sacred smoke. Pay special attention to mirrors, as they can act as energetic portals during the night. Pass the smoke generously over them while affirming, "May only reflections of light and love be allowed in this sacred space." After purifying the entire environment, place a few drops of lavender essential oil on your pillow, as this essence possesses calming and protective properties that induce peaceful and restorative dreams. Finalize by lighting sandalwood or myrrh incense near the bed, creating an elevated energetic atmosphere that will remain throughout the night. The fifth and most powerful ritual is the conscious programming of protected dreams, an advanced technique that utilizes the power of focused intention to create a specific mental shield for your oniric experiences. In the final moments before falling asleep, when your mind is on the threshold between wakefulness and sleep, mentally repeat this powerful affirmation: "I program my dreams to be sacred spaces of healing, learning, and divine connection. Only beings of light and love can enter my dreams. Any energy that doesn't serve my highest good is automatically transmuted into pure light. I wake up rejuvenated, protected, and in perfect harmony with my spiritual purpose." Visualize these words being engraved in golden letters in your subconscious mind, creating an automatic program that will be executed throughout the entire sleep period. This conscious programming acts as a spiritual firewall, ensuring that only beneficial and evolutionary experiences can manifest in your dreams, completely transforming the quality of your nights and your morning awakening. We've reached the end of this journey of revelation and empowerment, and I hope you now completely understand that your intense nocturnal experiences aren't a burden, but rather clear evidence of your extraordinary nature as a spiritually chosen being. The 5 rituals I've shared with you today the violet light shield, the sacred circle of crystals, the invocation of elemental guardians, the aromatic purification, and the conscious programming of dreams are ancestral tools tested for thousands of years by spiritual initiates who, like you, possessed elevated psychic sensitivity and needed to learn to protect and honor their gifts during moments of greatest vulnerability. These aren't just rituals, they're master keys that will unlock a new chapter in your spiritual journey, transforming your nights from periods of anxiety and drainage into sacred sanctuaries of healing, growth, and divine connection. Always remember that you are a conscious guardian of your own spiritual vibration, endowed with an inner light so bright that it naturally attracts both blessings and energetic challenges. Your sensitivity isn't a weakness to be overcome, but rather a superpower to be developed and adequately protected. Each night you apply these rituals, you'll be strengthening not only your personal protection, but also contributing to the elevation of planetary collective consciousness. You're part of a global network of awakened souls who are learning to consciously navigate the subtle planes of existence. And your journey of self-discovery and spiritual protection inspires and strengthens all other chosen ones who share this sacred mission of anchoring light on Earth. Now it's time to put this knowledge into practice. Leave a detailed comment telling me which of the 5 rituals most resonated with you and which you intend to try this very night. Your experience could be exactly the inspiration. Another chosen one needs to take the first step toward truly protected and restorative nights. If this video brought clarity and hope to your journey, share it with someone you know who also possesses elevated spiritual sensitivity. Together, we can form a community of mutual support where no one needs to face the challenges of psychic sensitivity alone. Subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to receive all our revelations about spiritual awakening, and consider becoming a member of our exclusive community, where we share advanced techniques and offer personalized support for chosen ones at all stages of the journey. May your nights be blessed with divine protection, elevated dreams, and the deep rest your soul deserves. Until our next meeting, keep your light shining bright and protected.